It's not. Why do you persist in treating black people as though they're the Borg and they think with one hive mind?
A fucking what? What kind of Star Trek reference is this? The blacks are the Borg and they think with one hive mind. TJ, how are you getting that? Where did you connect the dots to that? Each black person makes a choice on their own, just as each white person does. And when you look at the stats, the black people that decide to commit crime are more per capita than the whites by a fucking mile. I don't think they think together. I don't think they act in unison.
And their motives for doing crimes or for killing or whatever are ubiquitous and the same.
TJ, I don't even know what you're thinking at this point. It's incoherent. Each crime is an individual act done because the individual decided to do it. And I condemn the action. And you're off on some tangent about all black people commit crimes for the same reasons? What the fuck?
Of course some black people kill for self-defense. People of all races find themselves in situations where they have to kill for self-defense.
And TJ, nobody's talking about killing for self-defense. That's not a crime. What the IDF guy did is not a crime. He's not going to jail for that. And every time I've referenced a crime stat about murder within the black community, it's talking about murder, not non-crimes, such as killing for self-defense. So in other words, 100% of the murder stats you see in my videos are murder. 0% of it is self-defense.
I don't know how to answer the question. It's a nonsensical question. Is that why blacks do this?
There he goes again with that black statement. Do you guys see at home how uncomfortable he is just saying the word black? So if I say black people are better at playing basketball as evidenced by the number of black basketball players we have in the NBA, does anybody on the planet think I'm talking about every black person? Or no, maybe I'm talking about the black people who play basketball well. It's like, Jesus Christ, you have to break down the definition of words to this guy. Otherwise he'll freak out into his white guilt mode.
What do you mean? They all have their own individual motivations for what they fucking do.
Yeah, and I condemn every single one of them who commit a crime. And to widen this out for all the knobs out there that don't understand this point, I condemn every criminal who decides to commit a crime of all races. This doesn't just apply to black people. The reason black people get special mention is because they commit way more crime.
I said, yes, some do. The problem with saying blacks instead of looking at individuals on a case-by-case basis.
What in the fuck? Is he going to air quote every time the word blacks is said? TJ, we can look at individual cases all day long. But guess what? Somebody has tallied the numbers. So me commenting on an Israeli soldier killing a knife-wielding Palestinian is me addressing an individual case. And me commenting on the national stats of crime committed by black people is just that. It's just me commenting on the facts. And none of your excuses are relevant. All of the murders, all of the rapes, all of the theft that black people have committed in our country has not been done in self-defense. Not a single one. So you can take your bullshit reason of poverty, socioeconomics, racism, and slavery, shove them into a banana, and then, well, you know the rest. You know what to do at that point. Because TJ, not all reasons are the same. There are good reasons and bad reasons, just like there's good evidence and there's bad evidence. Oh, the Christians have evidence that there's a God. It's not good evidence, it's shit evidence. It's shevidence. Here's good evidence. O.J. Simpson, we found a bloody glove in the backyard of your house the night that your wife was killed, and it had the blood of the victims on it. That is good evidence. Here's bad evidence. The tomb was empty. Oh, well, Devin, why do you care about evidence when it's to frame a black man, but you don't seem to care about evidence when it proves that Jesus Christ rose from the dead? Because, TJ, not all evidence is created equal. And after seeing you in this video, I am led to believe that not all men are created equal.
And by the way, Atheist Ruse fans are now spinning that response as me saying that, yeah, blacks do rape, murder, and steal in self-defense. That's how bad the amazing atheist white guilt is. He actually said that blacks rape, murder, and steal in self-defense.
Yeah, because you did say that. I asked you point blank if you think black people rape, murder, and steal in self-defense, and you said, yes, they do. That was your response.
It's not what I said. But, you're free to try to spin it that way, if you so please.
Spin it? Dude, you said, yes, they do sometimes. And then we said, the follow-up was, really, when? When does a black guy rape in self-defense, TJ? When does a black guy steal in self-defense? And when does a black guy murder in self-defense? Because by definition, murder is not something you do in self-defense. Murder is something you do when it's not self-defense, and you are guilty of committing the act of murder.
From that point on, what did we say next? He said, are we seriously back to the bullshit of, are you saying all blacks? Lol, dude, we've moved on, you're weak. To which I replied, nice straw man, I'm saying that your attitudes towards violence are remarkably inconsistent based on the races involved.
Straw man? Dude, you just, in this video, accused me of saying it's all black people. That's your air quotes. He said blacks. He didn't get specific, he just said blacks. So he must think they're the Borg and they all act as one. Dude, you just hammered that fucking same point home 5 times on this video. It's not a straw man, TJ.
And I think they are remarkably inconsistent based on the races involved. The motives of Israelis killing Palestinians, the why matters. Black people committing crimes in America, the why doesn't matter.
Oh my fucking God. TJ, the why matters because the guy had a knife and was coming to kill people. That applies to Israelis, to Palestinians, to blacks, to yellows, to Eskimos. Anybody who kills somebody who is trying to kill them with a knife, I defend. So it's not about race at all. And guess what? If, let's say there was just some Palestinian walking down the street and an Israeli walks up to him and just caps him right in his head, kills him on the street, and people go, dude, what was that about? And the Israeli turns and says, I'm poor. I would say, not good enough. Not good enough. That reason is shit. Now, if he said, well, this guy didn't you not see him? He was just attacking me with a knife. If I hadn't have killed him, he would have killed me. That is a good reason.
It's totally okay for him to say, to make a generalization about black people and then say, well, I'm not saying all blacks. How dare you even say I'm trying to say that?
No, it's unbelievable, TJ. It's like, dude, do you watch these videos? Listen to me. TJ, it's not about black people and their reasons. Your reasons are shit. And if those reasons got dragged out for any other group, it would be shit. It applies to criminals of all races. The only reason black people get inserted into this conversation is because they commit crime the most. Those are 2 separate issues. You're trying to jam them together because you're just so freaked out about talking about black people. So no, if a Chinese guy murders somebody on the street and I say, well, I condemn this Chinese guy for murdering. And the Chinese guy goes, yeah, but dude, a couple hundred years ago, under the Ming Dynasty, I was oppressed. I would say, well, who cares? It's not good enough.
But watch his video against Cenk Uygur. I know there's a lot of them, but one of his videos against Cenk Uygur makes a generalization about white people, and AIU jumps down his throat and says, oh, you saying all white people, bro? The fuck? That's racist, dog.
Yeah, and? Yes, Cenk Uygur has an anti-white agenda. He thinks white people are racist, and his entire point of being is to say fuck you to white people. And?
Yeah, it's racist when Cenk Uygur makes a generalization about white people, but it's not racist when Atheist Rue makes a generalization about black people.
Wait a minute, what generalization did I make about black people? Reciting stats? Understanding who commits crime and at what exact percentage? That's not a generalization, it's a fucking accurate reflection of reality. If I was walking around going, hey, black people in general are just racist, that would be an equivalent to what Cenk is doing. Cenk says huge percentages of white people are racist and fuck them. That's what BuzzFeed does. That's what MTV does. That's what regressives do.
And the why matters. When Israelis kill Palestinians, the why doesn't matter when black people kill anyone, I guess.
No, the why matters when it's a knife-wielding psychopath coming at you, and you're acting in self-defense. That's when the why matters. Obviously, this is just basic shit I'm telling you here, TJ. Stupid. Fucking stupid. Dude, damn it, that is stupid.
Well, I'm sorry, but I happen to be more consistent than Atheist Rue.
Yet you're consistently fat, and you're consistently drenched in white guilt.
I think that the why always matters. And I agree with Atheist Rue when he says that what Cenk Uygur said was racist.
You agree because I'm in the right, as usual. I mean, the why always matters. Why did the guy steal? Because he wanted money. And he thought, I don't want to work at a shit job. I'll just take this money. That why does not matter. It does not matter, TJ. Why did you rape this girl? Because I was sexually attracted to her. I wanted to have some power in my life. I wanted to drop a load. I wanted to gratify myself. Who cares? Fuck that guy. The why does not matter.
But I think he should recognize that by his own standard, with which he condemns Cenk Uygur as racist, he himself is racist.
Something just occurred to me. I mean, are you guys embarrassed? Are you as embarrassed as I am, I should say? Like, I'm watching this guy. He's supposed to be a fucking leader in the atheist community. This guy is listened to. Hundreds of thousands of people listen and care about what this fucking schlub, about what this fucking maggot has to say. And I can sit here, lying in bed, and dissect his arguments like a goddamn surgeon? I mean, this is goddamn awkward.
So I have a much more consistent standard here than Atheist Rue does.
A consistent standard? TJ, my logic applies to every human on the planet. How's that for consistency? Fuck the Israelis and the Palestinians and the blacks and the whites. Killing somebody who is attacking you with a knife is not murder. And killing, raping, and stealing because you are poor or because hundreds of years ago you were enslaved is not a legitimate reason, and I don't give a shit. Now, I'm not talking race in those statements. Those are just accurate statements. You are the one that is paralyzed with fear when black people enter the equation. I mean, trust me, if I was talking to this shit about crime in the Czech Republic, and it was white people committing crime, and I said, well, I don't care about these Czech people when they murder and their excuse is poverty. I don't care about that. He would have no problem with it. I hope you understand that.